So my name is Christian Dentley, and professionally, I sing with a group called Take Six, and we've been traveling around the world performing. Actually, it's a vocal a cappella group. So we've sang, man, you name the country, and we've been there. From Tasmania to Singapore to Italy to Russia to wherever, Kazakhstan, whatever. And it's just been really cool being a part of this group. But then um, my parents actually, when I was a kid, owned a video production company, and so I never knew that video production or editing or filming was a part of my makeup until I was on a tour with a guy named Fred Hammond. Take Six was on this tour with him, and about halfway through the tour, we got some phone calls that some dates were falling out or whatever. So we actually ended up getting off of the tour. But I had a camera with me, and so I asked Fred. I was like, "Hey man, what if I already have the days? Just my wife and I talked about it. So why don't I just stay on tour and film for you?" First time I'd ever done anything like that. I had my camera. I was actually using a little DJI, camera, Osmo or something like that. And he put a Sony Alpha 7 II in my hand and was like, just capture something. And like as soon as I had it in my hand, something just came alive in me. And I stayed on the tour with them and did all their social media stuff. And then I came back to Orlando and was like, you know what? I mean, let me expand my production company because I was doing music production, but then I was like, let me expand this into video production, and so that's actually how I got started with Dentley Boy Production House Video Division. So at first, I was not even considering renting gear. I figured I would just use what I have and, save up my money and then, just get something eventually. But my dad, who is an avid Lens Pal fan, kept telling me, you need to go to Lens Pal. You need to rent something, those kinds of things. And I was a little bit hesitant at first because I felt like, well, I have everything that I need. But one day, I just decided to go ahead and take them up on it. And what it did for me, what renting specifically from the Lens Pal did for me was it took my professionalism and my understanding of how important it is to use the best of the best from one level to the next. A lot of times we feel like we are equipped within ourselves to do what we need to do and we have what we need to have. But when you walk into a place like this and there's a friendly environment and you don't feel like you're like a number or like there's like you walk into a car dealership and you just feel like you're just a piece of meat thrown into the sharks, basically. But you really get the sense that the people here care about what you're doing, and they literally want to help you do it better. And so I got advice about the different lenses that I could use and walking. There's nothing like walking onto a project and having like gear, because there's gear, then there's gear, And so when I would rent from this place, man, I always felt like my professionalism went to another level because everybody would always talk about, oh, you brought the real stuff. Because people sometimes they think just like I do. It's just like I'm just mom and pop it. Just show up and I'll just use my iPhone and get the angle. But man, when you walk in there and you got a G Master, 70 to 200, it changes the game, and it just made me feel like what. I want to keep doing this because I like feeling like what my work is doing. My appearance is professional, but also when you see it, when you see the difference that it makes using the different lenses or using the different lights, the different cameras, it really just expands your work and helps you to be more professional. So advice that I would give to somebody who was just like me, starting your own company and you're doing basically things on your own and you're feeling like, that you're already equipped. When you walk into a space where people are doing it on a level that you've seen only on TV and on Netflix and in movies, they will help you to understand that you're not that far away from where you really want to be. But the tools are so important. You can build a house with a hammer and nail, of course, but there are tools now that help you to build it more efficiently and faster. And so that's one part of it. I would say definitely be open to improving your tool bag. number one. But also, it's very important to pick a great company because the atmosphere and the people who are serving you make a big difference. Because I could have come in here and if everyone had an attitude or whatever, it would have just made me feel different about it. But when you walk in here, I mean, it's the word pal is on it. You just feel like that these are your friends, you know? And especially Liz's accent. That was it. When I heard the accent, I was like, you know what? You're my friend. And I really like you, pal. You know, but seriously, you just feel like your family, and that they really, really care about helping you get the greatest product you can ever have. And the selection is incredible, regardless of whether you use Sony or Canon or whatever you use. There's something here for you. It actually helps you be your best self. Honestly, it really does. I'm Christian Dentley, and this is Lens Pal TV.